Hello everybody, this is Spirelli, and we are here to finally save the world. You find Ollie at the edge of the light, staring at the godstone. Mind if I join you? Hard to find space around here. Just keep your voice down. That vicious wrinkled fiddle won't share any of his trunk and my head hurts. The distant spire takes a moment from lazy tuning his langspin to throw Ollie a wildly inappropriate gesture. Ran out of your own brew? Lost my flight when that veil thing shattered the frozen ocean. You hear the thing coming out of my mouth? So there's no way to live ever. Ollie stares blankly into the distance. What's your drink of choice? What's yours, Yox Milk? Who cares? Never mind me. You know how some men can't handle a drink? I can't handle being dry. Makes my head hurt. That seems like a problem. That seems like maybe you have an alcohol issue. Never has been before. Who would want to take in all this majestic clearly? I haven't been this sober since I was 13, locked up in Burr Scout cell. Ollie gets a faraway look in his eyes. Rum's my poison to answer your question. Believe it or not, I can even throw X's worth of damn trisam. But get a few drinks on me, I see bright ribbons in the air. Wait, you see lines of light? Damn right. Show me exactly where the X's are going to go. Usually I keep that sort of thing to myself, but what's the point? Ollie, I think you may be spell weaving. Ollie straightens his back if startled. What are you talking about? Like the Menders do. Weaving? Like this knitting of fights lightning and raises the dead, but only when I'm drunk? And you're just using it to throw things better. Ollie erupts in laughter, loud enough to make even Spire frown. What a time to be alive. Well, I'll drink to that. Don't tease. You pass Ollie a meat horn, his hands shake as he gulps from it greedily. Ollie the spellweaver. My mom always said I was special. Maybe you're not as bad as they say, well. Who says that? Just take the victory. Yeah, it seems like everybody's opening up to Ivor now. I guess upcoming that will make that do that to you. So this party really needs to rest, if you want to look at it. I think every single person other than Spire, because I don't really like him, is hurt. I mean, and Juno can't be hurt. But also, I really don't want to rest. Um, because the time is already run out. So I'll just leave and I'll have to deal with having less strength in any upcoming fights because the time is already at 0 and I don't know whether that means that all time is run out or I'm literally on the last possible day that I can be without any negative repercussions. But Aberrang's gonna pay for it and I don't really like that. Even if Aled is not alive anymore. See the 0 and we don't even see the tower inside yet. We're not gonna make it. Even so. Is that just it? Does 0 run out? No! Darkness lurches upon the dome of light, stretched thin above the city by menders, weaving fast stitches. Riots ripple through the slender spaces between people, packed tightly together, and the walk like at your defenses, testing them. It finally sinks in just how many dead rest in Aberrang now. So it's really the beginning of the end, isn't it? You grieve. Leo says the longship finally sinking, so that speaks. All left to do is bail, till our arms grow weak. You feel those old nagging survival needs, scratching at your thoughts. Food, water, shelter. There's nothing in the market anymore, other than some items. They came from all parts of Aberrang, carrying the dead. An enormous longship, the king won't be needing it anymore, was hoisted up to Black Rock's plateau. Never mind the hassle, this is tradition. Arranged within the longship may be hundreds of bodies rest, ready for the afterlife, ready for peace amongst the stars. The struggles are over. You hear all this from the orator declaring the last rites, preparing to set the longship ablaze. Alette looks beautiful amongst them. It seems right that she's just one of many, though such a thing is heartbreaking. You breathe heavily but refuse to cry. It would be a selfish sorrow. The fires are lit, and especially bundles laid amongst the ship, etched tint the flames in different colors, a gleaming rainbow rising toward the sky, and a bridge for a brave soul. You imagine the ship drifting out to sea as the fire burns low. The solemn audience begins to pile stones and soil atop to form the traditional tumulus. Raise a feast to honor the dead. One tradition deserves another. Even in these grim days, especially now, celebration is needed. Drinking begins immediately and the feast goes throughout the day, reminding you of all the happier times. Even the menders on the wall are given flagons. Elder puts his hand on your shoulder. His eyes are red, some combination of drinking and grieving you, but there is a smile on his lip. I can only imagine how hard all this must be for you. I didn't know Ellen like you did, but it hurts my heart that she's left us. Still, I can't stay sad. Well, look, I don't see the dead. I see all those who live on instead. Adair stands quietly beside you, deep in thought. I guess it's time we moved on. I suppose we must. The Mendes shouldn't be left alone on the walls. There is already a murmur spreading through the clans of not enough food to go around. Sometimes it feels like too much. The true hero comes reluctantly. That was one of the titles, one of the chapters, the title. Though we move on now with shuffling feet, our heart will be forever incomplete. He does speak in rhymes. That was one of the optionals, just to be like, well, do you ever stop rhyming? But I don't really want to do that because he's trying to help. So let's look at the menders. The menders are spread out evenly along the walls, each overlapping the light created by the next. Guards with distant expressions stand watch between them. Around their feet are piles of warped threads and men alike. They're starting to scale over the bodies on the other side of the wall, says Ephra, some small disgust in her voice. As if to prove the point, the mender yells when more wrapped in, rise into sight. Hurry, beckons Ephra. Whoa. They can pass into the darkness? Into the darkness. They can pass into the light. I thought that's the whole point of the light. Okay. I want to promote you. Here, got a title. More strength and armor. Margaret the Unmoved. Okay. Let's fight these things. I wonder how far off the tower we are. I wonder whether it's even possible. Oh, easier said than done. I wonder whether it's even possible to have enough time for them to reach the tower. Like, I assume it is in a perfect world. You're all kind of like split together. Um, Hello there. Kindle. Shield slam causes knockback. Oh, we've seen that done a million times. Shockwave does armor break damage. Huh. Okay. I'll need to advance and call up bears. There we go. You go ahead, bear. Oh, 26 turns until the next. Oh, you can't move. Because she's in the way. Yes, she gets a bonus for not standing next to people. Oh, that was a crit. Okay, you just get reinforcement with you. Can need that. It's not just these. Oh, yeah, right. But they're also stuck there. Stop hitting me. I'm here to hit you. And another crit. I guess my units have a lot of crit chance now. Man, the bear really didn't get to do much. But I guess he is a good distraction. Stop hitting me, everybody. Like, it just means that my units will not be attacked for a couple of turns. Finally, Gunnulf can walk. What are you doing? They're not attacking. Why are they not attacking? Let me knock them back. That is a nice attack. So the reason we're fighting these is because they're warped, right? And another crit. And the warped, they don't know allies or foes. They just wanna attack. And 11 more turns. This is fine. She'll be exchanged. He'll be... He hardly even reaches battle here. Let alone you, he's walking even more slowly. That got me an achievement. Guess because he keeps killing stuff. Finally catching up, mister, are we? Okay. Let me renew my... So, who would I want with me? You healed again? Can be here. And then I think I should take a smaller unit. Ready. Oh, now it's the big ones. First were the slingers, now are the big ones. Stop doing that. That is very irritating. When you suck on my brains with your tentacles. That's a warped horseborn. Haven't seen that before. And another crit. Always critting, aren't we? I was like, yeah, I can attack two of them, but yeah, one of them is on my side. So maybe I shouldn't attack them. Just maybe. poison. He has a poison item currently. How about you do a stone wall? Yeah, I think this is a pretty easy fight. Make some space for the others to move in, but of course that costs me. Wait, what's this? Reveal weakness. Singles out an enemy. All allies in range attack target for either strength. Oh, it's kind of like Rook. Interesting. Interesting. I didn't know he had that. I really dislike the slingers. I love that when I was doing that for my side, but now it's don't do that. Can't really reach anywhere. Stone wall just in case he's attacked. He's not. And another crit. Just critting them all. Come on, that's your armor. All of your armor. And that's it for you. Sometimes I have to wonder about humanity. We're barely holding the walls, and all the clans can manage is to rob and kill each other. Captain, my men just need more protection on the walls. You have as many men as we can spare, Valka. The rest are in the streets. Aberrang isn't worth saving with only killers and thieves remain. Even if my father were here, he'd have little control of the city now. But even less, but I'm certain I can find men loyal to my father's banner. Put me in command on the walls. I am certain I can guarantee no safety here. If there's a time for me to lead, it is now. They look to you, realize that whoever is put in charge of the walls may be in serious danger. The walls are yours, Lord. Your father would be proud. My father was a lot of things, but proud of his son is not one of them. Send word to loyal men to keep the menders standing. Well, at least someone knows what to do. Why do people look for me now? Just because Eled's dead doesn't mean that I should decide further. Part the city smolders. Part the city smolders since the riots? Part of the city smolders since the riots, matching the mood in the lower rings. Supplies are scattered, impossible to tally your portion since the funeral. Hoarding is unnecessary for the future, and you're afraid of other clans in Aberrang will feel the same. You ever hear grumbling amongst the clansmen? Those most happy to feast to the dead are the ones feeling remorse now. If nothing else, we should set the precedent from here on out. Wow, I can actually send armed forces to village from other people. Or encourage everybody to do that but by themselves instead of me leading that attack. Combine and ration the remaining food tightly. Trust overcomes. Some are relieved to place the burden on you, others insist on keeping a watchful eye on the stockpile. Okay, okay, we got a couple more days. We said your goodbyes at the funeral, rations trending supplies, and fought a warp at the wall. So, okay, I see how this goes now. We swap in between, and whenever the time runs out, Aberrang needs to defend itself and somehow show how it can survive for a couple more days. So yeah, now we have 5 days to think. So I guess we can rest here and have our troops be okay again if we make sure that we can fight on the other side. Any of any of you ever tasted Tizzleberry meat? Spire blows out in the midst of a deep and oppressive silence. You're all some grim company lately. I could really go for some Tizzleberry right now. Others mumble in agreement, but someone passes around enough strong drinks to spread around. Soon they're trying to one-up each other about what they plan to do when they return to Aberrang. Listen to all their stories. That's what I am now. As you all know, I don't drink. Ollie smokes to a couple of laughs. But I keep a new place back in Barsk that make you glad to be sober. Bunch of animals, Vagan says. I'm going to put Strang back together. See who finds their way back. I head home there, and friends. He gives Ollie a stern look. You don't think the Tretch delving with you understand what's being said. That's probably for the best. Ditch managed to slip in an opinion between their bodies chatter. I always wanted to. He quickly gets drowned out by the others and slowly mumbles to stop. Give me a pile of coin when this is all over, big enough to sleep on, Percy says. Been working for others my whole life, it's wearing thin. Think I've earned some easy living. Several ravens toasted this. Avon musters the courage to speak up. When this is done, I'll keep my fine mouth shut, Ollie hollers over him, and the others roar with glee. Avon smiles vanishes, but even trying to relate may have bought him some goodwill. And our silent protector, Spar quips, he looks at you. What does the great Ingvar dream of in his life? Dream of in his sleep? Waking up. Aye, true enough, Spar replies. At some Renault, the caravan continues on, the tower growing even closer. That's good. Where is the tower? I can't see the tower. Please show me the tower. The Fayan Tower. I really need to see it. Why is it warmer right here? Why does this part look different from the rest? Are we getting closer? I think we actually go. Hold on. Soaring shards of smoky glass just askew from the ground as if flung here. At first it looks like more of the inner earth has changed it, until you realize that these are splinters of the black sun. Images reflect off the mirrored surface, creating an illusionary armory of ravens as you walk through. Hold on, says Ollie. I thought this place was bad before, now there's 6 of ditch. The nauseating sweaty warmth still radiating from the fragments has everyone eager to pass through except Ivan. He has stopped at one, with his hand pressed against the glassy surface, looking at his own reflection. Come on, Ivan, it's time to go. I hardly recognize myself. Could be worse. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to compare. The reality of what I must do is sinking in. We're getting close. Ivan stares out in the distance. Now is not the time for second thoughts. It was always such a long way off. There was more time. Time for what exactly? Ivan sighs heavily. She revealed it already, but it's something you may not have fully grasped. Something she forbade me to tell you. She worried it might change things. No more secrets. The only way the black sun will return to the sky is for Juno to seal the darkness within, so she has to stay there, trapped, for eternity. A fate worse than death, and it was my fault. All she's done since is fight tooth and nail to make things right. All she's ever done. You can see anger spreading across Avon's face. He almost looks as if he's drawing energy from the sun chart. What if there's another way? Even with the sun broken, there must be energy enough here to destroy the serpent. It might be enough. But would killing the serpent even fix things? I don't know, but I'm certain it will come for us again. There's nothing else for it to do. Why shouldn't I try? Why should I keep asking for permission? Ivan, think of your friends in Aberrang. Ivan's mouth becomes a thin line, and some of the fire in his eyes go out. I know. I apologize. My thoughts have always been difficult to control, ever since birth. My mother was the head of the Valka in her time. When she had a boy, the council was word. The males of our kind have always had a touch of madness, to varying degrees. My father couldn't contain his own. I suppose that kind of power would be hard for anyone. It is a curse. I'm only alive all thanks to Juno, and she has kept this power within me from spilling out. When she spoke to me in a dream at Ainatov, I wasn't even sure it was real. I had gone so long without her help, I was starting to lose control, and everything she's done was to heal me, and for that she suffers. Can you imagine feeling so powerful and so weak at the same time? I can't imagine. Ivan nods, and you feel that you've earned more of his trust. I'm just going to say it's tuberculosis. I'm starving and I don't mean it as an expression. I'm so hungry I might die. The caravan is getting precariously low on food and nobody dares to drink the water that pools in dark crevices. You're feeling it yourself. Stoneslinger seems to understand though you've never seen them eat anything before, scraping a hard bell-shaped object from the cliff walls and handing it to you with a motion like opening a book. Huh. I thought it was just more groggy rock, says Spar, taking the thing. It has a hard obsidian shell, but once cracked open, a stringingly bright pink plant resides within, squishy to the touch. Looks like a mushroom. It doesn't smell strange or display the same warped weirdness that everything else does. There seems to be quite a few more still clinging on the wall side, so who's gonna try it first? Spar wonders aloud. Any volunteers? Go ahead, Brother. Olive says. Children eat first. Vargat replies. I guess I'm not that hungry, concludes Spar. You move on, but can tell the exhausted, irritable caravan is flagging and the pace suffers. Oh, I should have just... I just didn't want to kill any more important characters that I like. That's why I didn't want to try it myself. And I thought somebody might step up, you know. Keep a friend company, Alfred beckons during a short rest, patting a lonely rock at the caravan's edge. Innocent enough, but you see ulterior motives on her face, brighter than the white tower in the distance. You have something on your mind. You, Ivor. It's funny I should hate you. Many sculptors are my friend, and you're the who they tell the children to fear. But I don't hate you. The more about you, the more I like you. Is that really what you wanted to talk about? Straight to the point. Ivan and Juno, they trust you, don't they? But I wonder if they've earned your trust. Do they have yours? Of course not. Now, Juno, she may be weaving little truth, but step back. Look at the whole tapestry. They wield terrible power, perhaps you've noticed. It's exactly what they might the order of menders. Ah, look over here, we're only healing the sick, building houses. Pay no mind to the madmen on ivory towers turning the world inside out. I've considered it. Come closer. I haven't created a fan immortal. Can you comprehend? Juno cannot die. But that wasn't their goal, was it? Was it immortality without power? Misery? No. I think they are trying to make a god, to make themselves gods. Don't tell me you believe they come so far just to undo it all. I mean, so far I did because that's kind of where the story is going, but I'm listening. What are you implying? Not to sit back and let it happen, that should be clear. Say nothing now, I'm not asking you for promises. But the time will come, and soon, I think, when you'll see the truth unfolding before your eyes. When that time comes, look to me. Trust your instincts. Juno and Ivan are not the only ones who know how to twist the threads. I'll make certain what they claim to be doing is what is done. We've got to live here too, you know. I haven't even considered, trusting person that I am, that what they are doing or what they're telling us they want to do might not be what we actually set out to do. I mean, part because his behavior seems to fit what they're talking about. They both seem very distressed about going there, about doing this. Juno because she knows that she'll be stuck there forever, and Ivan because he'll lose Juno. So that kind of checks out. A distant rumble approaches, and all things should be raised to your mind. Someone shouts earthquake as the ground bucks beneath your feet. Violent shaking peels rocks sheet of nearby cliffs. They crash around you in great billowing clouds of dust. Is everyone alright? You shout in the aftermath. Knew I recognize you from somewhere, Volgat shouts. He's swinging at Ollie with clenched fist. This bastard tried to push me into falling rocks. It's the confusion at dusk as frustrated ravens are letting off steam. It sounds a fight. What is this about? I murdered a warlord in Strand back when I was guard captain. I never got a chance to thank him for all the good friends who were killed as a result. Liar, retorts I. I've never even been to Strand. You're both lying, Juno interjects in a dark mood. I travelled to Strand when he did ignite the war, but no one was pushed toward falling rocks. If you both wish to keep your history in the past, both men pale from Juno's icy word, realizing they can keep no secrets. The earthquake was no coincidence, Ivan says, changing the subject. Same as when the serpent carved chasms through the earth above. Be on your guard. Okay, no secrets can be kept other than Juno and Ivan. Those are the only people who can apparently Keep secrets. Ugh, did they put that in to like give us some kind of like, actually, this could also be happening, or was it just to sow some distrust even though they're actually trying to save everything? Because he is thinking of not doing what they set out to do, and Juno backed you to enforce it. Okay, so we're running out of days once again, so I expect to soon go back to Aberrang and make sure that we have a bit more time over there. So let me just stop here. I thought this game was end now, actually, because I was running out of days, but then I didn't know that you could go back to Aberrang and fight off some of the enemies, and at least for a little while gain some more time. So we'll be back soon with more.